Hi, good evening. I'm Sofi and I'm at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. Today I'll be doing a short sharing on how to recite Buddha's mantra. Buddha has gained enlightenment 2500 years ago, and on his enlightenment, which is based on altruism and skillful means, and he's able to manifest in body, speech, and mind. The manifestation of sound is called mantras. Mantras are sound emanation of Buddha's 3 aeons of ethical conduct, virtue, practices, and renunciation. And Buddha's mantra is Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Ye Soha. I'll repeat. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Ye Soha. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhi Ye Soha. Every time you recite, the power of your speech through the gateway invoke upon Buddha's 3 aeons of merits, virtues, and practice into you. Just imagine if for one day you refrain from eating meat and you hold the vegetarian, you wish to be, just hold the vegetarian vow, and from that one day, the effort you put into it, you will gain some form of satisfaction. And over time, let's say if today you have managed to overcome your need to eat meat, so the next day maybe you try again because you feel that it generates kindness towards the animals that's been killed to provide the food for you. And the next day, and as you progress, and every day that you refrain from eating meat, it creates that power of kindness within you. If you were to set the motivation right, it may generate the compassion. So as the time build up, let's say if you were to stop eating meat and with strong motivation towards kindness your whole lifetime, then the power of the merits would you will accumulate the merits from refraining from eating meat. And what if it's lying? It's the same thing. Every day that you do not lie, you will you gain integrity, and people will believe you, people will trust in you. And at the same time, if you were to hold strong motivation that in not lying you'll be benefiting others with the truth, then over time, as in your lifetime, or maybe over the many lifetimes, the reinforcement of this will gain so much merit. And as Buddha has hold true to his vows, he over 3 aeons of holding this ethic, not lying, so there is a power generated from that. And so in that way, when you recite mantra, you are also tapping into Buddha's enlightenment, the merits for that you can gain, and to propel you towards your own path. Mantras are words of power. What kind of power? It's power to transform our delusions, and power to transform our unhappiness, transform our hatred, our impatience, and transform anything that's negative in our mind that makes us unhappy, and also that creates unhappiness in others as well. It also helps us to find the real us, which they call it the Buddha mind that is within, that the kindness that's within us, the compassion, the good that will benefit others. Mantra also can be used to develop powerful concentration and awareness in meditation. How much we create suffering for others is actually dependent on our level of awareness. If we are not aware, we'll be constantly causing others to suffer through our own wrongful acts, or our mistakes. And so in that sense, when we are doing, when we are reciting mantra through and meditating, then we will create and increase the level of our awareness. Awareness is actually the key to survival as well, or success or opportunity. Let's say if you're an animal, if you do not have the awareness, you may just be killed by gamekeeper, I mean the hunters, or like maybe you may get into an accident or something. And whereas in the human world, maybe if you do not have that level of awareness, you may lose out on opportunities to succeed. And as such, awareness plays a very important role in our lives. Awareness in meditative advanced state can actually help us to perceive other beings, because once you have gained that very, very high level of awareness, actually your senses are very fine-tuned, then you will start to gain awareness of beings that's out of our current field, that we can actually see or feel. So awareness actually creates that higher level within us, and it will help you gain clairvoyance in that sense. And that to recite Buddha's mantra, we should actually set a few guidelines that so that it will help us to gain more from the recitation. So we will start off. This is general recitation of mantra. So usually we would start it off by generating good motivation. Why do we want to recite the mantra? And also to realize the quality of the mantra, because we know that the Buddhas have over 3 aeons with his practice and holding the virtues, and through all his good motivation to benefit other beings, compassion. So we will tap into his merit fields, that we will gain the merits ourselves in order to pursue in our spiritual path. So first of all, we generate the motivation. We can actually recite the mantra for ourselves, but won't it be better if you were to recite for others? That way you would generate the bodhicitta motivation, which is compassion, and when you recite for others, you will gain too. So it's better to have that higher level of motivation. So then when we are reciting the mantra, instead of focusing on breath, we focus on the mantra. We chant the mantra at a level that we can hear it, but not disturbing others. And we chant the mantra at a regular pace, and at your heart you visualize a letter Om at your moon disk. This is in relation to chanting Charanzik, the Buddha of Compassion's mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. So at your heart you visualize the letter Om on a moon disk, and surrounding you visualize the mantra itself, Om Mani Padme Hum, going round in a circle with 6 different colors, which represents the colors of each realm of samsara. The realms of samsara is the god level, the demigods, the humans, the animals, the hell beings, and the hungry ghosts. So these are the 6 levels. So you visualize 6 different colors that represents each level, and these are the levels, I mean the samsara that you wish to be out of, because in each level they have their own sufferings. And then you imagine brilliant lights going into these realms, eliminating all the sufferings of others as you recite the mantras. So you're actually reciting that all the beings in all these realms are receiving the power of your mantra, and in order to benefit as well. And then you focus on the mantra. How long you focus is actually how strong your level of awareness, your concentration. And the longer that you are able to focus, the higher the level of awareness grows. And when you meditate on the Buddha, you tap into his qualities of enlightenment and gain the merits that will propel us to higher realizations. And after your prayer, we would usually do a dedication to seal off the merits, because during meditation or during the recitation of mantra, we have gained some merits, that especially when you set the motivation to benefit others, and thus you recite a completion dedication that will seal off the merits from being used up. In Tibetan Buddhism, or in our Buddhist center, we will recite the followings. First, you will visualize that you're inviting all the sentient beings in the 6 realms in their human form beside you and around you, so that when you're visualizing the Buddha in front of you, they will gain from your recitation of mantra. Then we will recite multiplying mantras, blessing of the rosary, taking refuge, generating bodhicitta, the 4 immeasurables, which is wishing all sentient beings to be out of suffering. Then we do our Guru Yoga, which is our Yidam practice, and then we recite the mantra, and we do a completion dedication. So for today, that is what I will be doing on sharing of how to recite the mantra, and hope that you do begin your recitation so that you gain the blessings or the merits that will help you on your path towards gaining some realizations and peace of mind. Thank you. Now I'll move on to receive some questions. Okay, let me refresh the bar again. Right. Okay, I see Valentina. How does reciting mantra can help to improve our awareness? Because when you're reciting, you focus your concentration. Sorry, thank you. Okay. Yes. When you're reciting, you're focusing on your concentration of the mantra itself, and when you focus, the more you concentrate, the more you focus, then you create that awareness of your surroundings, and basically it's based on focus. And I guess, well, I'll get back to you when I go further into it. Thank you. Okay, Pastor Jinai, you mentioned aeon. Please explain what an aeon is so that people have a better understanding of what it means. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Jinai. An aeon is what Buddha has actually gained enlightenment over 3 big aeons. To put into visualization, you can actually imagine digging a hole in the ground 1 mile wide, 1 mile deep, and 1 mile long. Then you put 1 inch of the hair and you fill it up with the hair. And every 100 years, you open it up and you take out a piece of hair. So over time, when it empties out, that will be 1 small aeon. And you take 60 of these small aeons to equivalent to be 1 big aeon. And as you can imagine, Buddha gained his enlightenment over 3 aeons. So that is many lifetimes of practice and studies and having the compassion to benefit others. Thank you. And Joy, why does mantra have power? How does the mantra arise? The mantra is actually the sound that from Buddha's enlightenment, that he is able to manifest in a form that will help us. A Buddha in his enlightenment, he is able to manifest in different forms that is beneficial to helping others. So this mantra is a form of sound, and due to Buddha's enlightenment, his merit fields that we can tap into and gain the power. Okay, Pastor Jinai had question. Can you please also elaborate how mantras help to find the real us? Okay. Because mantra has the power of the Buddha, the purity, and when we recite it, because of the enlightened state of this, the qualities of this mantra, it will help us to overcome all the negativities that we do feel, and in eliminating all the negativities during that time, then we allow all the goodness, the opposite will arise, which is the goodness that is within us, the real us. That's why they say that everyone has a Buddha within. So in that way, it helps to have the real us come out from elimination of the negativities. Right, Pastor Jinai said, in your answer about aeons, you mentioned you put in 1 inch of hair, then you fill it up with the hair. Which one is it? It may help people for you to clarify this. What I meant was, the hair is 1 inch, and you fill it up. You fill up the hole with all 1 inch of hair, the 1 inch length of hair. So you fill it up with all the hair. So it's 1 mile deep, 1 mile wide, and 1 mile long. Thank you. Yin Teo, will the mantra lose its power if my pronunciation is not correct? A mantra may be pronounced differently in different language. So which is the correct pronunciation? There is, in different language, that we have different pronunciation of the mantra. You will not lose the power of the mantra if you were to pronounce it wrongly, because you're tapping it, you're imagining the Buddha's voice, the sound. So you're actually tapping it into the Buddha's enlightened state or blessings. Therefore, it will not lose the power itself. because it's your faith, your trust, and your belief. Okay, Pastor Gina has said, sorry, but I found the explanation of how mantras help to find the real us to be a little vague. Perhaps you may wish to revisit this explanation in the future live stream and clarify it a little bit further. Yes, I will. Thank you. And Pastor Gina has also said, if our ability to visualize is not so good, do the mantras still have an effect? Please explain the basis upon which they have effect. I think some people will be concerned about this, especially those who are just starting out and not so familiar with the visualization. Right. Even without good visualization, the mantra will still have effect, because it is on the basis of Buddha's enlightenment itself. Buddha's enlightenment over the 3 aeons in its purity, he has practiced and he has perfected his practice, and he has gained that realizations which is a merit field in itself, that when we actually because when we recite, we usually would have a basis of trust and belief in that. So from that basis, we are tapping into this, and from that it would not lose the effect of it. And also I might add that if we were to set our motivations on a higher level, then we are also generating our own inner kindness or compassion that will also help to make the mantra powerful. Okay, Pastor Shintan has a question. When we recite a mantra, what should we focus on? Is it just the recitation? No, we to gain better or more powerful if you were to when you recite the mantra, it's better that when you focus on either, as I said, with the home at the heart, on the moon disc, with the circle of the mantra around with the 6 different lights, and you visualize the light going into all these different lights, which represents the different realms, which is also generating the bodhicitta mind in helping others. So you have that wish to help others out of their sufferings, or you can actually concentrate on the Buddha himself, who has already gained enlightenment, who is a worthy object of taking refuge in. So in that way, you will tap into his merit fields, which, because you also wish to gain that peace, so in that way you will connect. Okay. You can actually still just do the recitation. You still get the blessing because of Buddha's enlightenment itself. Chris has asked, can I recite mantra while I'm doing my daily activities? Will it have the same effect? Yes, you can recite whenever you're doing your activities. You can recite any time of the day as well, and whenever it's suitable for you. because it says that it will be you recite at the level where you can hear but you do not disturb others, and that is also in a form of for you to focus and create that awareness within you, and the effect will be still the same because you are still generating merits based on Buddha's enlightenment. Right, Pastor Nero, you mentioned that Buddhists generate merit. Can you summarize in short how merit is created? Merit is created out of your mind when you have that compassion for others, and as Buddha had had over the lifetimes of practice in compassion for others, and that became powerful, and it has eliminated all forms of karma, and he became enlightened. So for us, we generate merits basically by our unselfish mind to benefit others. Martin has asked, to clarify PNP's question, does merit comes from our compassion and selfishness alone? No, it does not. We can also generate merit as I mentioned a few times, that we can tap into Buddha's enlightenment in his merit fields, that we recite the mantra, or we take refuge, or we actually it's based on our motivation. So when we have the motivation to benefit others, it will generate the merits as well. And when that is but I would look for more answers, and I'll clarify in my next session. Pastor Gina has also asked, explanations of how merits is created was unclear. So I will do the research and I will get back to you. Thank you. Yes, that is the end of the questions, and I will end the session here now. Pastor Nero's question I have not answered incomplete. He has requested, can you summarize in short in how merit is generated? So I will do the research and I'll get back to you, Pastor Nero. Right, Martin has that question. Is it only based on practitioner's motivation, which means generating merits? So as I've said, I will redo my research and I'll get back to you. Thank you. And Pastor Nero has said, perhaps you may want to go deeper into the steps of creating merit in another live stream. Yes, I will. That will be a good topic to go into. Because generating merits is very important to our practice, and it would help me to learn as well. Thank you, Pastor Nero, for your suggestion. Okay, if there is no further questions, right, there's no further questions now, and I'll do my research. And right, Pastor Gina has, if it's important to our practice, how come you don't know how to answer the questions now and got to do research? Well, I would admit that I'm not the best student of my guru. His qualities, I'm just not worthy of my guru, which is why I'm doing this short sharing now, so that I will learn more, and as such, one day maybe I'll be able to answer all questions without having to do more research. Thank you, Pastor Gina. Is there any more questions? Right. So I'll close this session off with a completion dedication to seal off the merits of our sharing. Yang Yu Sen Juren Boshi, Maki Panam Gishi, Ke Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondo Pewashu, Tony Towan Boshi, Maki Panam Gishi, Ke Panam Pame Payang, Goni Gondo Pewashu, Dasujini Sapagi Wadi, Tantandro Aguna Gapadang, Jepa Jesulo Santrapai, Tamping Porindu Sase, Sho, Ke Wakuntu Yanda Lamada, Drami Choki Panano Chochi, Sadam Langi Yakela Zone, Doji Changi Opangatusu, Gewadi, Yududa, Lama Sangedrione, Drewati Kamalupa, De Salago. Pashu jogi ka posong gapa chosun nampa pewala geki sama siwadang jungi malu sawasho dadam songi dusundan trewa songi latini gewa losan trapai tampa yoriva giushi ni modele sendele ni mingunyan deleshi ni sentatu delepel kuncho songi jingilo kuncho songi ngodruso kuncho songi trasi sho jesu nama kusen raktingshi Yang Katrini Jojo Ge Padang Lo Sam Tempe Dro Mi Sap Songi Dro E Musa Tato Ni Giushi Gangwe Rawe Ko Shingam Den Pendan Dewa Malu Go Ni Jeren Zi Wan Ten Singet Soli Chape Shi De Padu Den Giushi Hom Tompe Ngodro Malupa Den Den Dala Saldu So Padan Den Palong Shot Nam Ke Paso Shek Shuk Den Sal. Thank you.